Let's make him feel welcome, Mr. Joe Keithley.
Hi everybody, how you doing? Okay, cool. Luckily there was one copy of my new book here on the rack, and we managed to come up here without any copies. So my bass player and drummer are on the way up here in the cab, right? So we'll have these at the end if you want. But anyways, anybody that don't know me, in the back of the store, I played in a band called D.O.A. for the last 33.5 years, 33 and counting. We're coming up to our 35th anniversary pretty quick, and I did, Vince, holding up the old book there, there's the first book I did about 8 years ago, right, called I Shithead, right, so, and, you know, and after doing that, I thought I'd be writing a book a year. I thought it was like, I'm not just a punk anymore, now I'm an author, a man of letters, right, a smoking jacket and a pipe. What should be my next project, you know, that kind of smarmy look, right, so. And when I wrote these books, a buddy of mine does a radio show and reviews books and stuff like that, and he went, Joe, I loved your first book. You truly are the Hemingway of hemorrhoids. So it's probably the only time I'll ever be mentioned in the same breath as Ernest Hemingway, right? So, and anyway, so what I wanted to do with this book, it was like tons of posters, photos, album covers, but there's a lot of narration stories. So the idea is you can pop it open to any page and just get the story there. You don't, I mean, it runs from like a linear fashion from year 1 to year 33 and stuff like that. But I just wanted to show that people, you could get out there. My trip for the last 35 years or so has been getting out there and talking to people and trying to affect some positive change in this world. That's what D.O.A's always been about. Be your own boss, think for yourself, that kind of thing. Make some change and have a fucking good time doing it too, right? You know, that's always important. That's part of the rock and roll aspect of the whole thing, right? So, so anyway, so I'm going to tell you a few stories about, from the book and play a few songs, and they kind of intertwine. And then at the end, if you got questions, I'll take your questions, that type of jazz, right? So, if it's hold up that red album there, something better change. Okay, this was D.O.A's first album, right? And interestingly enough, that we recorded this, we did put out 3 singles, which have been pretty successful, and Prisoner single, Disco Sucks, and World War III. And then we finally got an offer from a local label in Vancouver. We had previously been on Quintessence Records, which was owned by Ted the Nose Thomas. And it was called Ted the Nose Thomas for the amount of cocaine that he would put through his nose, right? So that label quickly fell apart, and of course we never got paid. So then we signed with this new record, the Red record, and then the second one, which a lot of people will know, hold that up, Hardcore 81. Kind of a famous album, on Friends Records. But I'm just wondering, what kind of fucking name is that? Friends Records. What, these are records you stole from your friends and you're reselling in the store or something like that, right? You know, I know I got all my LPs stolen, right? But anyways, and Friends Records, interesting enough, was owned by Roy, the bigger nose, Atkinson. Because again, you know, the amount of coke that would go through his nose, and hence we never got paid for these records either. Whose phone is going? Is that mine? I wonder if it's Dan. Hold on. Okay, no, that's all right. Sorry. I'm throwing off by these things. Anyways, I want to play a song from the first record, and it's You Got to Know Who Your Enemy Is.
Such a once or twice. Say it doesn't die, say hey. Got to know who your enemy is. Enemy. Got to know who your enemy is. Enemy. The dude with a light out. What's a fucking one? If you believe. It's your brother, you gotta fight. Got to know who your enemy is. Enemy. Got to know who your enemy is. Enemy. Going to the block to keep you on the line, and now you're losing it. The pieces are in my. Got to know who your enemy is. Got to know who your enemy is. Now they belong to
Thanks, everybody. It only takes one song to work.